Hello and welcome back, ladies and gent. It is our third and final map here as we're about to get underway in towards Nuke. It is our decider to see who is going to be moving on to the next stage and who is getting eliminated. It's fine margins, and NEUZ is flying out of A. What did they take?
Yeah, I mean, just flying in, like you say. NEUZ going to find expro. That last line of defense going to be Starry, the only one left. And this is a great start once again. Renewal have got some, decent pistols, it certainly seems. And we were kind of saying if it goes down to Nuke, Lynn Vision are pretty solid on Nuke. So we'll see here. We'll definitely see whether Team Renewal have still got it in them, after slipping and letting that 2-0 fall through their fingers last map.
Yeah, no, exactly. I mean, there was a really good opportunity for Team Renewal to see it off into his overpass. And I think they'll look back at it, regardless of the result here. They'll look back and think, we should have seen that off. That should have been ours. And the fact that it wasn't, I don't know. For me, it does just feel like a couple of question marks have to potentially be thrown out. But that's a great start. For me, Nuke, actually, not even for me, just statistically, currently actually is the most seated on the map in the pool. Of course, it used to be Ancients, but with the current changes to Ancients, with, T-side getting better spawns and Cubby on towards that B-side getting patched a little bit so it's not as overpowered. It's not in a position where Nuke kind of reclaims the throne a little bit. And I normally say, I don't know if you'd agree, Scrib, but I normally say the golden number is 6. 6 rounds on T-side, and you've done enough.
Starry. Okay, nearly in with a chance. There's xerolte, though, on this. Mac 10 just going to mow through the force by the looks of things. Tag does land onto onto NEUZ. Zaka trying to finish it off, and he will. That's going to be an AK picked up. I don't think they have a chance at this round, what with the bomb going down on the B bomb site now, and more names continuing to fall. But the AK stands strong into the follow-up round here. Could be pretty scary.
Yeah, maybe if they can get a couple on the way out, it's actually not even that bad. I mean, Zaka, for him, just get away, right? Try and see if he can have a... Mac 10, playing on fire a little bit. Aracule actually allowing him to escape. I maybe would have thought he might have gone for a bit of a swing off the back of it. Make sure there's nothing really saved across. Zach is going to have no problems, I don't think, at all saving this AK. So, all in all, I don't think Lynn Vision are actually too, bad off coming off the back of that round, right? They've come away with a couple of kills, and AK scooped up as well, and a fairly decent amount of damage dealt too. So, all in all, not actually the end of the world. The bomb does go off, and it does mean that Team Renewal start off our third and final map with a pretty convincing 2-0. And now we can maybe see a little bit of an investment around it if Lynn Vision want to. And knowing what we've seen from them in the past, they do like a weird, janky force buy. But I think, thankfully, they are just going to play things a little bit more level-headed, cool, calm, collected in towards this one. A couple of pistols, but realistically, not too much. AK Scout to work with. Definitely still doable.
Solid 1-for-1 trades. Kick us off. Familia are actually going to find a pretty big frag, though, on that 5-7. Sneaking in for nearly another one. Not quite going to happen, so we'll see. westmeloNz on the AK. Unfortunately, nobody else has got armor, so 4 HP, not quite going to cut it. Does chime in, of course. A nice recovery onto the AK there. Rue with the angle. Gets tagged. Might get finished if he's not careful. Looks pretty good, though. We go down to a standstill.
Now, again, a little bit outside control coming through. So we'll have a look in. Numbers even, but HP dwindling for westmeloNz. Hang on, spotted, dropped. And there's the A-side cracked open. How do they try and find success at the back of it? And dropping the scout is not a bad way to do so. Starry, I think it might just be exit frags now. If he can pick up an AK, even better in a save call. But for him, just try as best he can to make it expensive on the way out. I mean, it's going to be regardless a full buy-in towards the neck, so it's okay, right? It doesn't matter if this deagle does fall.
No, it doesn't really matter too much at all. Looking for an AK. Does actually get his hands onto one. Maybe not expecting it to be out there in at lobby. Thought that they were safer towards the site, so pretty happy to walk away with an AK, I feel like. But... already you can feel that this one a little more tense, right? Really not playing as thick and fast as they were on the T sides of previous maps. Yeah,
no, I do have to agree. And now we're in a position once again, right, where we can look at Lynn Vision, while it's not a great start, they're starting to find that foundations. And AK scooped up and saved is pretty decent. westmeloNz is, well, we know how scary he can be with that in his hands. And of course, the buy around it, as you'd expect, absolutely happy. It's flourishing. So, M4's on deck. And AWP in the hands of Xaka. But a much more impactful map number 2 than did map number 1. We look towards, on the other side, it's your likes of your NEUZ, right? He's the guy who's going to make the difference. He's the one who really steps up in the fragging department. And another great map number 2 as well. While it was a slow start for him, found his form. If they find this here, right, this is technically speaking a bonus in a weird way. If they find this in their favor, oh my god, this starts to get really messy.
It does indeed. Expro going to find one through the smoke. Xaka chiming in as well on the AWP. Envision very quickly. Finding 2 quick frags, holding outside solidly. Bomb going to go down, and now Arakul up against 4. Not a single frag really coming in. I don't know, man. It's unfortunate. Team Renewal tried the outside hit, and Lynn Vision very, very ready for it.
That was messy. That was really... I was uncomfortable with it. That's not what you're hoping for when you look towards this side. You're looking at them and expecting to see some kind of dominance come through and think overall, hey, I mean, this is what we're expecting and looking for over towards, you know, Lynn Vision. A bit of control coming through and hoping you can see a bit of map control convert into a couple of kills on deck. But no, not to be great pot flash. My God. Arakul, for him, nothing he can do here. Much better. That AWP put it to very good work outside as well. Xaka, it's an awkward angle towards Secret, but he makes it work. And there we go. Only 1 casualty. That's a really decent CT side round and a first put on the board by Lynn Vision. And now, look towards Renewal. How do they respond? Of course, yes, you can make the argument that it is, in a weird technical sense, just a bonus buy, but you got to be looking at that and thinking, you know, they're coming now into a similar buy. And while they had the good set of outside smokes coming through, either way, it's not a good T-side round, and they struggle to really, you know, contest against the full buy over towards the CT side. This is going to be the story now of Team Renewal's T-side, right? Are they just going to struggle to ever be competitive against Lynn Vision? It's definitely a possibility.
No, it is very true. They have to keep it up. westmeloNz takes a bit of damage in through the smoke, but it is just, you know, tit for tat at the moment, sneaking down in towards Secret. Meanwhile, on the A-bomb side, they've got a bit to deal with as well, but very, very slow on the upswing here. 1:20 left on the clock, and it's just prodding and poking across the map here from Renewal.
Yeah, no real decision made just yet. We're looking. Might be tested here in towards Secret. Smoke starts to dissipate, and Starry will fall away. He can just jump peek from single door, as you can see him doing. Time is ticking though, right? What is Team Renewal's idea? What's the plan? It looks like they want to flood towards B, and 1 is crossed.
Just 1 though. Just 1. Very, very, very quiet round coming in here. The glass going to break, starts to give the game away. 30 seconds left on the clock. They've got to make a move in. They've got to make a move in. The flank is coming round as well. They're not down ramp yet. Starry picks up NEUZ. This is looking, oh, very good, but suddenly they pull off. They're not ready for ramp with only 20 seconds left. Are you kidding? xerolte also going to trade out Starry, so looking really good here. westmeloNz kind of just needs to stay alive at the end of the day and hold them back. Will go down 10 seconds, though, in a 4v2. It's that save call that comes in. That's going to be all she wrote for this one.
Yeah. It's the right call, though, isn't it? I mean, especially with that AWP. Expro, I think he needs to be a little bit more proactive getting out of dodge here. This is not exactly comfortable. Arakul, 1 swing from him, and this could be all she wrote. Rue's got a flash as well. Oh, great nade. They know. Well, I thought they knew. Damage dealt. Does tag him down quite considerably. But Arakul doesn't kind of just double check to make sure that he's parked in that corner. And the save should be okay to see after the last 2. You know, Expro, they're fine. Number 3 remaining alive. Team Renewal find their 4th and extend the lead once again to 3 rounds. Much better round compared to the previous. Expro making it expensive on the way out too. So actually either way, not actually too shabby. Rue falling as well. Not clearing their angles. A little space in towards that of kind of hell position / ramp. Either way, 4-1, right? Overall, I don't think Renewal will be too displeased, right? They've got themselves in towards, once again, that 3-round lead, starting to build up a little bit of security on towards that T side. And this is not a bad T side start at all. This is kind of what we'd expect and hope out of teams to, at least in some regards, be able to find some comfort and start to get that momentum swinging in their favor. And that's where Team Renewal do their best work.
Certainly looks to be the case here. Starry working up behind them. In for one, needs a second. Can't find it. 3v3 then as the bomb set to go down in just a moment. There is MIQ still outside holding for that. They're actually kind of calling off the hit a little bit here. westmeloN therefore is going to grab so much information. So much information. Goodness me, might not expect the players to still be hanging about. And yes, gets taken down by NEUZ. That's what they were waiting for. An over-aggressive move on the Renewal side. Great read. MIQ, meanwhile, late outside. Should have this frag. It's a bit hard for him, but he does get it done. Now just down to expro, and suddenly a 3v3 that looked like a mess. Looks very doable indeed. Goodness me, it's not a bad effort from expro, but Renewal up to 5 already.
Like I said, the core from Team Renewal there is genius, right? They're in a position where, like you said, it's a 3 versus 3, and how do they play it? They could have got the bomb down, it'd been absolutely fine, but the fact that they've just, cut noise, right? They make it completely quiet, and they're going to force Lynn Vision to be double guessing themselves. And in these sort of high pressure situations, Lynn Vision kind of internally and subconsciously want to just gather some information or some idea of what's the game plan here. Do we need to rotate back over towards B? Do we need to go and check outside? And the fact that you see westmeloN overextend and have a look in. And Costly, speaking of Costly, MIQ will fall. Expro makes it 2.
Solid stuff. 5v3. Uh-oh. You do start to panic a little bit already for Team Renewal. NEUZ is going to find westmeloN on the backside, but ultimately looking strong here. Starry trying to find something from Secret. He's going to miss the timing on this. Meanwhile, xerolte is in. Great on the first. Not quite for the second. Zaka spins around, takes his head clean off. And that might start to turn the tide in this one. They looked like they had found a solid way in. Anything but. Down ramp they'll go. Wow. In the bin. Absolutely in the bin.
It's concerning a little bit, isn't it? Couple of taps, Arakul spotted. The double swing should be fine. That first shot, fantastic from Starry, and Emilio see it off. There we go. That's all she wrote. Second on the board, Lynn Vision. Starting to look very comfortable, and of course, same can't really be said for Team Renewal, as it is just going to be that low by once further. Pistols are more or less nothing to come out in towards the next. They can't really afford to expend in towards the next round, especially if they want an AWP in play too. I feel like we'll be looking at the likes of, well, never mind. Excuse me, they're going to full buy here. Why a Renewal full buy? I mean, this is so risky. They're not going to compete in firepower, and even utility they're slightly lacking. This could really come back to bite them, where they could be stuck in for like 2-3 rounds of no investments and struggles.
Nice find from Zaka coming in. X-Pro can't hold the line, though, on the players from Mini. There might be a trade opportunity here as well. Amelia needs to be very careful indeed. A1S going to be retrieved by MIQ. Battling, fighting. Looking good. Great find on from westmeloN. And suddenly we're only down to 1 player. Rue not going to be able to find anything. So Lynn Vision pretty quickly closing the gap. 3 rounds on their CT side. They need a few more than this to be happy with the half, though.
I've no idea why Team Renewal full ball there. I mean, it just doesn't logistically make sense. They haven't got the util to be able to, properly contest the outside control or, take a lot of that map control, generally speaking. But then they haven't also got any in arrears when they have to set themselves up into a post one, if they even get there. And, of course, talking about getting there, they don't have the firepower to get there too. I mean, it's a very weird call. Not a fan of it. And, of course, it has come back to bite them quite considerably, because now they're in the second part of an eco where have to bring in a similar type of buy. Nothing really to work with. Yes, lost bonus is building up, which is, I guess, a bit of a positive. But all in all, Lynn Vision should be able to get their 4th here relatively uncontested. I can't really see too much being brought out here for Team Renewal, because they can't really afford to do so. This should be Lynn Vision going within kind of 1, within reach and distance. And a pause has been called by Renewal just to sort of try and have a conversation and figure out where to go from here. But yeah, they're in a position now where they have to be extremely careful.
There we go then. Looking good. X-Pro opens up onto the first solid stuff. We'll look to keep striking. We'll look to keep it rolling here. Slowly but surely. As that CT side just rolling through the motions with it. Again, it is awfully slow. Team Renewal trying to find a gap in the market, as it were. Down goes another expro, playing very well from in on the site itself. Starry, meanwhile, outside on the crack angle. And he going to come his way? It looks like they aren't too far away. It's more on him. Does he want to give up this position, keep playing aggressive or not? Run boost comes in. It's a little bit failed, however. They're just trying to find one kill, and it will present itself. So at least there's that. Oh, and another one. NEUZ, once again, shining with the deagle.
Well, of course, numbers in their favour. At the very least, I mean, Team Renewal, even to be where they are now, I guess it's not really too much that they can be displeased about at the moment. Whereas, of course, we know what he can do with a hand cannon. Might get a freebie. Missed shot, though. Does get punished. Oh, second is a bit of a corker. And M4 collected. 1 versus 2. Bomb dropped.
Looking good. Looking very good indeed.
Time.
Yeah. It does get kind of awkward. He kind of needs to die before time ends, but the round's still sort of winnable. Not going to happen. Bursting through the through his own smoke there. Easy stuff up to the 4th round for Lynn Vision.
Good effort, right? I mean, I can't really fault them at the very least. They're coming in towards that one with, as we were kind of talking about, not really too much to bring to the table. It should have been a full buy because they shouldn't really have gone for the force earlier. But hey, with how things are and where we are right now, at 4 to 5, Renewal needs to be careful. Lynn Vision breathing down their neck just a little bit, and they're starting to find that momentum that we talk about. That snowball effect's really well and truly on the way for them. This is getting pretty good. So I come on towards Secret. Bit of spam coming through, and NEUZ will open things up. Starry to fall.
Yeah, not bad at all. As Team Renewal looking to hold on to their leads. The Shadow going to be spotted. 4v4, 4v3 now as Zaka manages to find a return frag. So Lynn Vision, it looked bad to kind of kick off, but ultimately they have started pretty strongly here. westmeloNz ready and waiting at the bottom end of the stairs, making it look easy. Very simple stuff indeed. 4v2. The rounds are kind of crazy at the moment. Just individuals all over looking for fights, looking for fights, looking for fights. You know, they're just ultimately in for the 1v1s.
No, exactly that. This is dicey. It's uncomfortable. Zaka finding nearly the second too as well. Flash will come through. Won't quite catch him. Sector of last and RQ will follow in the same suit. This is some really good work coming out now. Casualties are kept very, very minimal. For Lynn Vision, they've tied this game right back up. This CT side starting to find some form, some consistency across the board. I mean, this is already looking really, really decent for me. I think you've got to look towards this Renewal side and think how some earlier rookie mistakes and some maybe questionable decisions are actually kind of coming back to bite them a little bit. 5-all, of course, into round of 11, they can't really muster anything up. It is just going to be that lowish buy. They can slightly invest a little bit more because they've got loss bonus built up. They are begging and hoping for a post plant.
Yeah, absolutely. Expro in towards the back end of site here, standing strong. Does get overwhelmed, but there is a little bit of support in from the rest of the boys. What is going on? Frags all over the shop. Big one here, but it will go the way of Amelia. Massive frag from her, and now just down to Rue. Gains 3 with the deagle. Certainly not out of the question, but the the pace slowdown here is going to give Lynn Vision the time to replug the holes, figure things out, get a player up onto the boost as well. Make sure you don't miss that one, especially on Nuke, right? We've all been there. Cough, Nico, cough. I don't know why I've just done that to him, but either way, Rue will go down. Ends up being costly. Ends up being a little bit costly in the end there.
Yeah, no, exactly. It does. I mean, they can take the silver linings, right? They can take the small wins, but the large ones are going in favor of Lynn Vision. That's the rounds on the board. I mean, they are running away with quite a few in succession now, and we are getting to a point where we have to start looking at this T-side of a Team Renewal, and yes, and say, okay, of course, they're making it expensive, they're making it competitive, but they're still not taking rounds on the board, and they're still falling behind. This is where things will get really dicey. If they can't run out the gun rounds, what's the point? And this Nuke, as we said, it's one of the scarier factors for Lynn Vision. They're seen as one of the best in the region. What an opener. Expro Core lacking just a tad.
Just a tad. NEUZ crept in towards the garage here, looking to, you know, be that lurking presence. The bomb's going to make its way down secret relatively quickly. Oh, man. Tough one to call. Minute 10 left on the clock. The again, you know, super passive positions. They're just hoping that someone comes a walk-in. Meanwhile, we got Arecule on the backside. So, again, Team Renewal, they've got some control. They just don't know what to do with it.
Yeah, what's the call here? What is it? Time is ticking too. Less than a minute on the clock to work with. Here comes that utility. Nade off the back of it as well. Shouldn't do too much damage. Just a little bit of a tag. And presence known too. westmeloNz will find the first.
Big frag. Amelia survives as well on the stairs. Not going to go down. Certainly the solid move. Ready and waiting. Oh, God, this is so awkward. Ready and waiting in on the side. Does go down. Still a player around, though, I believe. Yeah, in towards dark, just biding time for that bomb plant to come in. Looking to deny it away. And an alien for 2 there. Not quite the case. westmeloNz, of course, has been the hero of this round. So, Arecule on the top side was that lurking presence. Unfortunately, too slow.
Hold on to one. Arecule does try and play that lurk role, but he's had such little impact with it. He will save across. Of course, an AK is better than nothing. And towards the next round, it goes back to kind of what we were saying of what's the decision. I mean, they do have money to work with, right, which is a positive, but it's just off the back of loss, but it's because, as we've been saying, nothing's really going their way. This has been relatively or pretty considerably one-sided in the last 6-7 rounds with Lynn Vision not really being tested. And there's even a kind of a scary prospect where we could see Team Renewal, who got to 5 so early, not be able to push, you know, past sort of mental block and find their way on towards the golden number of 6, like I like to say. I mean, this is looking really good from Lynn Vision, where they're not really looking too tested.
Here we go, burst out onto the A-bomb site then. Amelia playing anti-flash. Oh my goodness, they just come out so fast. However, westmeloNz kind of let them cross here. Expro going to eat a lot of damage. Eventually goes down to a HE. Bomb's been planted. westmeloNz really, you know, needs to activate here and find success from the vent position. Meanwhile, the remaining 2 players in Starry and Zaka are coming from on high. They're moving a bit faster here. Zaka going to find Arecule. In comes westmeloNz. NEUZ does take out 2. It's all on to westmeloNz. He's got 2 more to find, and they're just all around him. Not going to happen. It will be Renewal keeping it close as damn it. 6 rounds on that T side. Pretty respectable. Looking for a few more as we turn into the end stage of this first half.
Yeah, I mean, I'll give him the credit there, to be fair. He made it way more competitive than I probably initially anticipated. So, hey, fair play. I mean, walking over a kill nearly as well, 180 on towards that play coming out single door. It could have been a different scenario. I wonder what a clutch that would have been as well. 1 versus 3 turned in his favor, but not to be. Team Renewal up to 6. Finally putting around on that T side. We haven't seen that for a while. Still no AWP in play for the T side. I feel like it's for them. Maybe they don't really want to. I don't mind that call at all. T side AWPing on Nuke can be extremely difficult. And they're more than happy just to play with the rifles. And of course, NEUZ, just allowed to say, the usual primary AWPer, not doing too bad, but he gets picked off by Zaka.
Very quiet down here then. We've managed to get a couple players in. Hoping for the B split and the sneak. Oh my goodness. They just walk past each other? I think they have a little bit, just walk past each other. So xerolte's in a really good spot here down at the bottom side of the vent. And he just, you know, is going to send the panic stations. All the buttons being pressed here by Lynn Vision. Good find from Starry coming in. 4 versus 3. Nearly on for another frag. That's a big one from xerolte, though. The bomb has yet to go down, however. And I think that could be problematic. Bomb plant is going to come in, but that leaves them, you know, without a man, without a gun to mow down these players moving in from ramp. Look at the sneaky little man that is westmeloNz. Can he make this spot work for him? He does for 1. And no way is MIQ going to go for a trade here. So xerolte, ultimately the player that's sort of unknown, is the one that's going to have to pop off. Ah, easy for him to say. Zaka finds a quick scope onto him, and westmeloN with the pre-fire manages to drop MIQ. That'll be the 8th coming in for Lynn Vision, so they take the half.
Yeah, that's a great retake coming through as well. I mean, all they have to do there is just play the numbers game. I mean, they're just playing for the trades, playing for what they've got to work with. That low HP player in towards dark, I mean, what are they really going to do there? It's just about desperately trying to buy as much time as you possibly can. Not to be. 8-6. We've had 3 8-7 halves in a row now. I mean, of course, these sides, as we can see by the end scoreline, 16-14s, have been extremely even, so have the halfway marks. This is it's a very difficult one to call, I gotta say. And Lynn Vision, if they can make it 9-6, they can go in with a slight breathing room towards the second half. Maybe that's when we can start to say they have a slight advantage in their court, but it's a very tough one to call. Once again, early fights being taken. Bit of spamming in towards lobby. Overall, this might be the first fight as expro got a gap on towards the left-hand side of the smoke.
Well, out towards ramp they'll go again. Renewal looking for this B play ultimately. Hoping they can find a way in once again. You know, they came so close in the previous round, just not able to keep it rolling, unfortunately. And, well, it has been somewhat red. Amelia's going to be down here early in a really good spot, actually. And Zaka. Uh-oh.
Yeah. Uh-oh. Indeed.
This is scary. Zaka, I like the angle. Gonna have to hold cleanly, though. Oh, my goodness. They're so just tense in with the peaks. The shoulder peak comes round. The wide peak attempt is there. Somehow xerolte's crept in. Single door not reclosed behind, I think. Nice find from Zaka once again, keeping it coming with the AWP. He should be able to get the bomb down this time now, but really going to be difficult to hold this site.
Yeah, and then it's a question of, right, how do they play the numbers advantage? Oh my god, Zaka didn't see him. On the way, though, Arakul knows. Still a kill found. Arakul quick trade. Smoking towards single door. There's a gap on the right-hand side. And Arakul worried off the flank, and he should be. Starry will see it off, and leads xerolte all alone. No, not like this. 1 versus 1. Starry above him.
4 HP. Ah, not going to be enough, though. Not going to be enough. Starry does manage to take him down. That'll be the turn of the half. Picked up 9-6 for Lynn Vision. Hard fought once again. It's never easy in these games, but it is Lynn Vision on this final map taking the lead into half 2.
We're underway, ladies and gents. Back into the second half. And it's looking like they're setting up for a ramp take here.
Yeah, absolutely. Just charging straight in. It's going to be an absolute bloodbath with 3 players ready to go. Arakul in for the quick 2k here. So 4 versus 2. And, well, the dust has not even settled yet, to be fair. westmeloNz still got an idea. Unfortunately, nothing happens for him. They were read like a book on that one, Lynn Vision. Going to be Amelia against 4. And the bomb hitting the deck, right? Healthy players all across. So all those kind of caveats that we usually give are just not there. Smoke is really weird to work with as well, so this is looking very good for Renewal to snap it up, and they will indeed. So, if for anything in this series, they've got to be at least 4 out of 6, maybe 5 out of 6 on pistols. Really solid.
I think they've only lost 1 off the top of my head. So, you know, so far, I got to give a lot of credit towards Team Renewal. Man. Their pistol rounds have been fantastic, and I think actually, because they've had such, you know, confident and successive pistol rounds, it's given them so much momentum to work with early into each and every half. Of course, now plenty of money. Lynn Vision, not the case either for them. No bomb plant means they really are strapped for cash, and thankfully didn't go for a weird janky force buy. I think, you know, Lynn Vision have been partial to him at times and ill-advised more often than not. This time, just more or less a bit of an eco coming through. westmeloNz trying to do something with the deagle. And he will do something. My God, what a shot.
Nice catch. Very nice catch indeed. Yeah. So we'll see. Just the one deagle in action, right? You want to see it find a kill. As I say in rounds like this, any damage is good damage, particularly from a T side onto a CT side. xerolte, though, has got other ideas, looking strong. Might go down there if he's not careful. Aim punch, thankfully, on his side. Good pickup from Zaka, though, on the Glock. So we are seeing some good damage here, I'll say.
Oh,
Really
no.
enjoying that. Oh, no, not like this. Not like this. Come on. They're not going to win the round, but still, this is so ridiculously costly now.
Yeah, no way. Please, no. Not Glocks, right? Like that old rank S. Was it Dazed? It's a
No,
Glocks.
it was Steel.
Steel, that was
Steel.
it. Yeah, long old time ago. Thankfully, it looks like the Seaside might be able to see this off, and they will. Good little position there for Arakul. There we go. They do claw it back, but my God, that did I think it got a little bit dicey. Credit to Lynn Vision. Made it way more expensive than we would have expected or hoped. Walking away with 3 kills under their belt and nearly a bomb was actually really not that bad. And of course, that was just a full eco. So not expecting or hoping for too much. Now though, first full test. First instance where we get to take a look in towards this side and see what they can bring to the table on towards their T side. 8Ks on deck. And we have a decent amount of utility alongside it as well. If they can find success here, Lynn Vision put themselves up to 10. This might start getting messy.
Oh, nice find from expro through the smoke, following the traces, or rather following the noise. I think he's going to find another as well. 2 big frags, as is Lynn Vision. Classic. MIQ not ready. What a round coming in. Starry managed to creep through, and they've just secured it in a matter of seconds.
Oh, it is quick headshots coming through. Seems like never even, you know, a competition here. That's a brilliant round. Flawless coming through. Granted, quite a fair amount of damage done, especially to Starry. Who cares? Who cares? What a great round. Flawlessly finding their 10th. They turn the lead to 2 rounds once again. Of course, forcing the CT side to a really rough place where they kind of in 2 minds. Do we go for a full eco here? Do we go for a full force? I mean, either way, they're going to have pistols to work with. They are going to fully invest in towards round number 19. And we're now looking at this one thing of Renewal. If they cannot find a conversion here, or at least make it expensive, this could be Lynn Vision finding 11, 12 before there's even a true responsible full buy.
xerolte looking on the edge here. Looking on the edge, got the headshot angle, just can't find the actual heads on the other side of the crosshair there. Solid stuff. Yeah, you said this was an important one to get under wraps, and it certainly looks that way, mate. They've not dropped a single player as yet. We'll see whether this flank from ramp has got anything to say.
Maybe you can walk away with a kill or 2, a bit of a consolation. Oh, he spotted out though there. Spam coming through. I think he can spot the right-hand side of his gun, if I'm right in saying. So, needs to be careful. He's all left alone. He's been tagged down. He should be seen off, and he will. Only one casualty is really not that bad overall. 11-8. Like we said, of course, for the TT side, failed to convert that, or failed to even make it expensive. They have nothing in towards the next, and that's the case, right? They got absolutely nothing to work with here. It has to be yet another low buy round, or maybe more often, more better word here is a no buy round, because they have to just stick around 2K. Envision, prime opportunity for them to find 12 and get ever closer to seeing off the map in the series. And this is what we were saying coming in towards this series, Griff. We were saying about how good Envision have been statistically on Nuke, especially in this region. It's not exactly a popular map in the region. And Envision made it a little bit of a home ground for a while, and we can start to see why.
Yeah, we definitely can, right? I think all three maps have taken them a bit of time to get going. I don't know kind of what the deal is here. It feels like Team Renewal maybe a little more prepped for how to play against Envision, right? And they are at the moment kind of the top dog. That's a hopeful Zeus there from MIQ, but we respect the Zeus nonetheless.
Yeah, a bit of distance there, right? I mean, long-range Zeus, sniper Zeus coming through. Not to be, and that does mean that 4-round lead is built up. And to be perfectly honest, this round here, round of 21, it kind of feels do or die, right? I mean, look at where we stand right now. Envision, ever closer to the all-elusive 16. But it's the first 4 buy in a while for Team Renewal. If they can't find success there, they go back to yet another eco, maybe even a double. I mean, of course, I have a bit of loss bonus to work with, but this could be a chance for Envision to find 13, 14 without a response if this one goes in their favor. This feels like a bit of a necessity for Team Renewal if they want to at least make it this competitive on the way out, and not a bad start.
Not a bad start at all. NEUZ has been pretty loud across the course of this series. Gonna need some of that if we are to take this. Time and time again, it's been all down to the individuals. And at the moment, Envision, their individuals are absolutely popping. Expro's a pretty big name to drop early. And we'll see what happens. First time in a long time now, it feels like, you know, we've got an early pickup with no response. So we'll see. There's the response, of course. Need MIQ to maybe pop off a little bit. Everybody getting healthily traded. Starry goes down from the player at Heaven. Meanwhile, westmeloNz, that's a hell of a headshot. Not ready for the second player up there, but neither of them able to find the drop on the other. And, well, down the ladder, footsteps, something along those lines has alerted westmeloNz to the potential of a player at Heaven. He's faking it out. He has no idea actually where to look. Up top. Aricule. Ready and waiting. Oh my goodness. Here we go. The creep comes round from the A4 and eventually we'll be able to get it. Just not able on the westmeloNz end to figure out where his opponent was coming from.
I gotta say on the other side, you know, Aricule, he's played that perfectly. All he has to do is hold and wait. Play off the top. He had obviously expecting a top like anybody would, but it's just a case of his opponent, westmeloNz, he had no idea, right? There's 3 different places, or 4 in fact, actually. Could go from main if he went back towards outside. Heaven, vents, single door, heart. I mean, he could be literally anywhere. And the second that he heard him rotate back down hell, that's where kind of the seeds of doubt start to be sown deeply into place. As I said, for Team Renewal, that felt like a needs-must conversion. The fact that it was made so expensive does make it a little bit uncomfortable. I mean, 3 Fambasses in towards his next isn't exactly a dream buy.
Down in towards Secret they'll go. MIQ is the line that's going to keep them held. Has to. Absolutely has to. They can't get reset here. It would be disastrous. Slowly but surely making their way around the creep into the angles. They might not expect this one. That's the big thing here. Is it good for one? Is it good for multiple? That's the ultimate question. They are taking their sweet time moving around, and the FAMAS lets him down. They have managed to find a kill on the top side, thank goodness. Makes it even at the very least. And there's 2 players ready to go down here. Aricule taking his time looking for both, and he will indeed get it. The trade not going to be there even. And now just Expro, who's that lurker on the top side to do it all.
That's a great little setup on towards side, right? The Rafters player taking the initial point of contact, dropping the bomb, finding the second in towards mini ramp, and then the swing off the back of his 2, dropping Starry. It's a great little kind of 1-2 setup there. both elevated angles, different positions, 180ing, head on a swivel. There's no way Lynn Vision are walking away with success there. And expro in what feels like basically a bit of an impossible round. And he may have actually just been spotted. Yeah, Rue did spot him. Question is, what more can he do? Finding the first. No more. No more. Time was ticking anyway. Only had like 15 seconds to work with. So overall, Team Renewal now once again go back within reaching distance at a 10th on the board at double digits. This is getting all the more spicier. We're now in a position where we have to once again make the conversation the other way. I mean, we've had, what, back-to-back 16-14s now. This one looking like it's actually following in relatively the same suit. These two sides, I mean, they're inseparable. And I think actually, overall, regardless of how this series ends up, we have to give credit towards Team Renewal because this is regarded as the best team in the region at the moment, Lynn Vision. And they are taking the distance in every and any map.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, they really are proving why, you know, the region is on the up, able to compete with itself a hell of a lot better than it was, you know, maybe a few years ago where we were having Vici and Tyloo just the only teams that really did anything.
Yeah.
Nice pickup early on coming in from Amelia, though, making it, of course, look easy. Starry has crept down the vent, looking to hold. Now, usually you'd take this and you go all the way towards that B bomb site, but they've kind of conditioned Lynn Vision in the past few rounds, Renewal to ultimately work with the B bomb site rather than trying to just go for the retakes.
Methodical, slow. Of course, numbers in favor of that T side. Info coming through as well. Of course, they'll get a fairly decent amount of space to work with here. Then goes that rotate. Amelia, good on the lurk. Expro fighting one as well. This one crumbling. 2 remaining alive. And for MIQ and RQ, how do they make this work? It's looking unlikely, or so I say. Hang on a second. No way.
Okay, Starry going to find a trade out pretty quickly. They are making it look ever so slightly likely, but I'm not quite there with you, to be honest. Yeah, the hold is strong enough, and Lynn Vision doing a decent job there of cleaning up the post plant. Looking pretty damn good here, and that is a big one. Look at the cash, or the lack thereof. I don't even think a timeout's going to save them. This should be Lynn Vision's game now. Yeah,
I mean, where we stand now, unless Lynn Vision really gets to a point where we're thinking, you know, that there's a bit of a throw of a round, I can't see a world in which they don't see this off. I mean, they're essentially going to get 14 for free. And then they'll be fighting for 15 against a full buy, win that. And that is, you know, lock and key, seeing themselves into taking Nuke. And kind of reiterating our earlier point about how maybe a slow start for Team Renewal, but also how good this Lynn Vision side can be on Nuke. They have been, you know, a scary factor and a consistent factor in this region on this map, where for others, they've always struggled to compete and contest with them. It does make for quite a spicy next game as well, because as we mentioned, IHC lost out to their Mongolian counterparts of Eruption. A side who, from my understanding, are brand new. They've got, you know, a variety of players from all over. A couple of ex-IHC players from previous iterations, but, you know, another Mongolian roster as well. So maybe the new boys on the block over there.
Maybe. Maybe. I mean, it's all maybes at this point, but yeah, the qualifiers definitely some fun storylines coming out of it, at least to watch, right? If you're a part of it, maybe IHC are going to be upset with that performance. I'm sure they are. Yeah, we'll see. Xerolte going to open up here for Team Renewal, though, on that Deagle.
Very slow. Interested to see what the Nova can do. I'm a fan. That might force him off, though.
MIQ on the Nova. Flash comes round. Unfortunately, it was an escape flash, not a push forward flash. I'm disappointed because of the Nova. I'm really excited to see that pop off. It nearly did, actually. He landed a shot, but westmeloNz sponged it all. Definitely annoying. NEUZ not ready for these players to be so aggressive outside. Gets taken down. Key return frag. It takes them a long time. Only 30 seconds left on the clock, but they get it nonetheless. Now what? Oh, now what? Xerolte's going to miss a few shots, that's what. And that gives them full scope here on towards the A bomb site, looking to move in from heaven. Got to move fast, though. Rue is down below. I mean, even just buying time is the ultimate move, I would say. Zaka does trade out. MIQ with the Nova strikes in, but unfortunately this round's just not going to happen.
Hey, the Deagle. I've seen crazier things, but I think you're right. Oh my god, that was messy. Very messy from Starry. Not often you get to say that as well. Still a world. There's definitely still a world, but it will require some unbelievable shots. He knows one's close. He's running low on ammo too. AK scooped up. Time is ticking. No kid as well. Selling the ruse. I like this. He might even bait in a swing.
Love it. Just faking them out, making sure they go down with the bomb, right? Keeping this as close as damn it. Unfortunately, going to lose head pretty quickly. They read that one. Apparently, it must be a trick he goes for often. Nonetheless, 14 now for Lynn Vision.
And now we feel like we're on the kind of the home stretch. Maybe is probably the better way to put it. It just kind of feels like this is dead already. It's done in the water. I mean, it's such a big gap built up here by Lynn Vision. I mean, like we said, you know, with them finding that 14th against the full buy, it should realistically be a pretty easily found 15th on the board, and then, well, Team Renewal vying for overtime. We haven't seen an overtime yet, and I feel like we're not going to see one here. Nice openers, expro off the back of Starry's flash. Great utility on the young fragger. And now, look at where we are. 2 USPSs. I think it's safe to say this one is going to be 15 on the board.
Yep. Yeah. Safe to say they are just banking on the overtime as well. NEUZ, I hope, is okay. He ain't moving.
Yeah, he's locked in there. You're really liking that angle.
Yeah, I feel like he might be moving. But I'm a little worried. We've had some technical issues and a few... we had a coach crash at one point.
Yeah.
Maybe just really sold on what's happening.
Oh, no, there we go. We're all good. We're all good. He was just,
okay. Yeah, I was worried for a minute.
Yeah, for a tad. Taps coming out. Danny was teeing off. Flawless round, as expected. I think there was only a Deagle invested in for Team Renewal, so it wasn't really anything to, anything to be too scared about overall. So, well, all in all, 15 to 10, and this might be job done and dusted, and Lynn Vision looking on to meet Eruption in that next stage. We've already had one upset, but of course, it's looking like there isn't going to be another one here. 5 rounds to do it as well, as Team Renewal are now vying for overtime. It's a long road too.
Yeah, it definitely is. A long, long road. Starry does go charging in, able to find one. Expro with the trade through the smoke is pretty massive. Starry outside as well, just being a nuisance. So this could be it. 4v3, looking good, looking very good indeed. The outside smokes come a bit late. Starry is just this lurking presence. Down goes Rue. Down goes xerolte. It's all onto Arakul outside position, going to be given away. Starry should have the flank here. Whoa, does indeed. The spin around from Arakul to stay alive is absolutely insane. Going to try and charge through the smoke. Calls it off. Gets stuck on a wall, I think. And Expro has got the number right here. Arakul just not ready to deal with this. Low HP, 10 to be exact. Mollied off. And surely now this should be the finish. Bar some crazy mess up here from Lynn Vision in the post plant. Even the timer is ticking away. They can just play around that at the end of the day. It's done. This one's looking like a doomer. Arakul making his wait for it. Tries to get the double. Not going to happen. 16 to 10 comes through. And that will indeed be Lynn Vision moving forwards. Still, though, a hell of a series there now.
Yeah, exactly that. You can come back to our wonderful faces. What a game, right? What a game we saw there. And I think a lot of credit has to go to Lynn Vision in terms of maybe their longevity in a sense and the way in which they were able to kind of see off that game. When, to be honest, that was looking quite concerning. At times, I was looking at that thinking, hey, there's a real world in which Team Renewal, I mean, to be perfectly honest, I think Team Renewal will be kicking themselves. They should have got a 2-0. They should have seen